EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Steamers of Paris taking on the Dreadnoughts of London.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
And look at this. Right away, a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Getting in there for the tackle, Marcus Williams.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Marquise Bell in on that stop. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Touchdown!
Jake Ferguson.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Dreadnoughts put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
When you look at this defense,
and they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
back to Montgomery on second down.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with third down and just a yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And running with power here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Fields on first down.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's
touchdown! David Montgomery, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Steamers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Yeah, that's a nice play design right there. He's going to fake the give, then roll out. And he lets his back leak out toward the pylon. And how about the throw? Right where he needed it to be for him to catch it in stride. He's able to take it into the end zone.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's 3rd and 4.
When you look at this defense,
they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, Do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Jennings. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6.
Now back to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Deron Payne collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Third and 8.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Rasul Douglas picks it. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback, because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And maybe the wrong read there, as he's going to go down immediately. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. 11. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This a 31-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30, up to the 33.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. On second down, Montgomery. A solid stiff arm. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 45 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A shotgun snap, Fields. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and a yard.
Hey, Chan.
Back to throw, Fields.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time.
Fields now to throw.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
And down here, first and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
On second down, here's Fields.
And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing... And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
David Montgomery with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage. Butker now to add the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
Escapes the defender.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so...
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr.
And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
On play action, Fields.
And it's caught. Touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Steamers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're select.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Justin Fields with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Steamers are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You got a mini base. Why not? Go.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And this one too low.
This is a perfect example of what separates the elite quarterbacks. Has his man open, way too anxious, ends up firing it in there with way too much zip on it. The great ones, they know how to relax and put the appropriate velocity on.
Montgomery hit and the ball is loose.
Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills,
Yep.
and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They'll look to throw here. He'll get this out to his running back, Pirine. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Up the middle, here's Pirine.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll set up a throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Hassan Reddick able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decide to make...
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
On 1st down, Fields.
Flush to his right. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And they rattle off a big one. 64 yards.
On 1st down, it's Fields.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
To throw is Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
3rd down and 13. Here's Fields.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they can't bring him down.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD. And now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Now a first down throw. Fields.
Flushed out right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Julian Love picks it, and he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late.
So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
They run it with P. Ryan on first down.
Runs over him. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Here we go on 2nd and 12.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Rolling to his right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
We know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
In motion goes the tight end. The tight end in motion right. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Fields throwing again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown.
A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Steamers extend their lead yet again. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but
he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
They run the option on 2nd down.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. 2nd and 14. Escaping the pressure right. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A heck of an effort there on the scramble leaves him with just 3rd and a yard.
On the ball now.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
He'll buy some time right.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They'll roll him out right. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now their defense came through with the goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. A goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath.
There he goes left side. He stiff arms him.
He's got a full head of steam. The race is on.
And touchdown.
David Montgomery, 96 yards. And the Steamers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marcus Williams. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA.
Here we go, son.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 159 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Off play action. Fields
out to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this one. He's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And not that the coach asked me, but I do like the call there to start the drive. Looking for something maybe to jumpstart this offense. And they decide to run a little screen play. Maybe give their running back a little bit of space. Mission accomplished. He turns that into good yardage and a quick first down.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
Now 2nd and 3.
They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Fighting through. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
P-Ride. Touchdown. And CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here, but it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And I'm okay with that cliche, all right? Maybe it'll alleviate the sting a little bit because at least they can look in the mirror and realize they fought all the way through. Horrible game for them, not one they'll want to remember, but at least they'll keep their heads up and have some pride when they leave this stadium.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now, this deficit. They have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Play action. It's Fields.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. 23 yards on the play.
Here we go.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Fields.
He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Again, Fields.
This is caught. Touchdown. Dalton Schultz. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Steamers are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going?
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Butker on for the PAT. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Back to throw now on first down. And he can't escape, and down he goes. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. They're going to look to throw.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Ready.
He'll drop to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
He's got his target. That's complete.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This one caught by Ridley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Back to throw again. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. 3rd and 3.
They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high.